I was told not to mention my birthday at Thanksgiving because my sister's stepdaughter can't handle it. They took away my cake, ignored my allergy, and called me selfish for being upset. Then my sister finally exploded and destroyed her own engagement. My birthday is this Thursday. My sister's fiance's daughter, 15 autistic, has hers the next day on Friday, and Thanksgiving is this weekend. My birthday has always ended up getting combined with Thanksgiving, and the one tradition I've had is chocolate cake for dessert because it's my favorite. This year, my sister has decided we can't have chocolate cake because her stepdaughter can't stand it. Instead, dessert will be ice cream sundaes, her favorite, and pumpkin pie, her dad's favorite. His birthday was last week. I personally can't stand the texture of pumpkin pie. I also have autism, and I don't like ice cream, so neither dessert works for me. On top of that, my sister has said the celebration can only be for her stepdaughter. She's also made it clear that I'm not even supposed to bring up that it's my birthday at Thanksgiving dinner because the stepdaughter can't handle it, and already struggles with the fact that her dad's birthday is so close to hers. My parents are going along with all of this to keep the peace. Over the past few years, my sister has routinely ignored or forgotten my birthday, sometimes not even sending a text. When I bring it up, my parents tell me to get over it. She has narcissistic personality disorder and has literally told me before that my birthday doesn't matter and that I'm unimportant. I even suggested bringing my own small chocolate cake or cupcake, but was told it would upset the stepdaughter. The Thanksgiving celebration is at my parents' house, so I don't really have a say. The meal itself is also an issue. My sister's stepdaughter doesn't eat turkey, so this year there won't be any. Instead, my parents are making roast beef for her. Even though I have a beef allergy, my special accommodation is getting a plain chicken breast while everyone else eats roast beef. There's no other opportunity to celebrate with my family either. On Saturday, we're hosting my husband's family for Thanksgiving, but in his family, only kids under 18 get birthday parties, so my birthday isn't celebrated. On Monday, we're going to a Friendsgiving, and I'm making and bringing dessert, but I'm not sure if I should even bring birthday candles. It feels like it might be the only chance I'll get to acknowledge my birthday this year, but I don't want to make it awkward. So basically, no chocolate cake, my birthday tradition. Desserts are chosen for fiance, pumpkin pie, and stepdaughter, ice cream sundaes. Sister says the birthday celebration is only for stepdaughter. I'm not even allowed to mention that it's also my birthday. I can't bring my own cupcake. My parents support all of this. No turkey, only roast beef, which I'm allergic to. I get a chicken breast. Sister has NPD and has told me I'm unimportant. I also have autism, but my needs are ignored. There's no other chance to celebrate with family. I get being understanding and flexible for a child with autism. I live it myself, but I feel like my birthday is being completely erased again. Aita for wanting my birthday acknowledged and for wanting chocolate cake like I usually do. Update 1. Hi everyone. I'm 34F and feeling frustrated and invisible. My birthday is this Thursday. My sister's fiance's daughter, 15, autistic, has hers the next day, and Thanksgiving is this weekend. My birthday has always ended up combined with Thanksgiving, but the one tradition I've had is chocolate cake for dessert because it's my favorite. This year, my sister has decided we can't have chocolate cake because her stepdaughter can't stand it. Instead, dessert will be ice cream sundaes, her favorite, and pumpkin pie, her dad's favorite. His birthday was last week. I personally can't stand the texture of pumpkin pie. I also have autism, and I don't like ice cream, so neither dessert works for me. My sister has made it clear the celebration can only be for her stepdaughter. She also said, I'm not even supposed to mention that it's my birthday at Thanksgiving because the stepdaughter can't handle it and already struggles with her dad's birthday being so close. My parents are hosting Thanksgiving at their house, but they're doing everything my sister says because they're scared of her. Over the past few years, she's routinely ignored or forgotten my birthday, sometimes not even sending a text. She's told me outright that my birthday doesn't matter and that I'm unimportant. Whenever I bring it up, my parents tell me to get over it. She has narcissistic personality disorder, and it shows every year around my birthday. I even suggested bringing my own small chocolate cake or cupcake, but she said it would upset the stepdaughter and that it would be thrown out if I brought it. The meal itself is also a problem. The stepdaughter doesn't eat turkey, so there won't be any. My parents are making roast beef for her, even though I have a beef allergy. My special accommodation is a plain chicken breast while everyone else eats roast beef. There's no other chance to celebrate with my family. On Saturday, we're hosting my husband's family for Thanksgiving, but in his family only kids under 18 get birthday parties, so my birthday isn't celebrated. On Monday, we're going to a Friendsgiving, and I'm making and bringing dessert, but I'm not sure if I should bring birthday candles. It feels like it might be the only way to acknowledge my birthday this year, but I don't want to make it awkward. I get being understanding and flexible for a child with autism. I live it myself, but I feel completely erased and invisible again. My birthday seems to barely matter to anyone, and I don't know how to navigate this without causing a huge fight. Has anyone been in a situation with a narcissistic family member where your own birthday gets completely brushed aside? How do you handle it without constantly feeling guilty or like you're causing problems? TLDR. My narcissistic sister is controlling Thanksgiving at my parents' house, erasing my birthday, dictating the desserts, and making it all about her stepdaughter and fiancé. My parents are going along with it because they're scared of her. I feel invisible and erased, and I don't have any other way to celebrate with family this year. Relevant comments. Commenter. Genuine question. Do you like going to your families for holidays? Because it doesn't sound like a very pleasant time for you. You're 34, perhaps consider a Friendsgiving, or even just an evening to yourself rather than dealing with people who don't seem to care about you. OP, we have a Friendsgiving next Monday, but it's not a group I'm super close to or feel comfortable dropping the "it's my birthday" bomb on because it's not the actual day, it's my husband's friends from high school. I want to celebrate Thanksgiving with my 95-year-old grandparents. We don't know if my grandpa will see another one. Commenter duh. Just you, your husband have your own birthday celebration. Seriously don't understand why you're going over to be with your family? They sound awful. I'd skip that bunch. Maybe next year plan a nice long weekend getaway for your birthday? What about inviting some girlfriends for a spa day and drinks afterwards? Happy birthday chocolate cake for everyone. OP, my grandpa is 95 and only has 6 to 8 months left. I don't want to hurt him by not being there, and we hide the drama from my grandparents. They don't know my sister's game and won't find out until Sunday when my dad picks them up and will tell them the game plan, so it'll be too late to change anything. Update 2. Hi everyone. I wanted to post an update since a lot of you left really kind comments and advice on my last post. I read everyone. I know a lot of you said to skip Thanksgiving, but I decided to go anyway. The main reason was my grandparents. My grandpa is 95 and in hospice care now, and we honestly don't know how many more holidays we'll get with him. I couldn't stay away knowing it might be his last Thanksgiving. They also don't know about the drama with my sister because the rest of the family hides it from them. I didn't want them confused or hurt, so I went, hoping I could quietly get through it. Spoiler, that didn't happen. Thanksgiving was at my parents' house as usual. My husband and I arrived early because I wanted to help my mom cook. When I got there, my sister was already in full control mode, snapping at everyone and acting like she was running a wedding instead of dinner. Her fiancé looked exhausted, and his daughter was sitting on the couch wearing noise-canceling headphones, scrolling on her tablet. I greeted her softly, just a, "Hey, happy almost birthday," but my sister whipped around and said, "Don't start. We're not bringing that up until tomorrow." It was surreal, like my birthday was some sort of taboo word. In the kitchen, I offered to help with dessert prep. That's when I saw it. 3 desserts sitting out on the counter, the pumpkin pies, the ice cream toppings, and a small chocolate cake. For half a second, my heart lifted. I thought maybe my mom had made one for me quietly, maybe as a compromise. When I asked about it, she froze, looked guilty, and said it was for a neighbor who might stop by. Right. A whole cake for a maybe guest. I didn't press it, but it stung. The cake was literally right there and somehow still off limits to me. Dinner itself was awkward from the start. My mom was fluttering around nervously, my dad was trying to keep conversation light, and my sister kept dominating every topic. When she wasn't talking about her stepdaughter's progress and triggers, she was talking about herself, her job, her new car, how hard it is being a stepmom to an autistic teen. I just listened quietly and focused on my plate. Or, I tried to. Because everyone else had roast beef, mashed potatoes, and gravy while I had a plain, unseasoned chicken breast. It wasn't even sliced or garnished, just sitting there. My sister smirked and said, "I hope that's okay, I know beef gives you problems." It was the way she said it, like she was enjoying the fact that I was singled out. Then my grandpa, bless him, asked the question I'd been dreading. He smiled at me and said, "So, birthday girl, how's your day been?" You could have heard a pin drop. My sister immediately said, "Dad, we're not doing that right now. It's stepdaughter's weekend." He looked confused and said, "It's Thanksgiving. We can say happy birthday, can't we?" My sister snapped, "She's 34 years old. She doesn't need attention for a birthday. Let's focus on stepdaughter." My grandpa looked hurt. My grandma said softly, "That's not very kind." My mom tried to change the subject and asked if anyone wanted more stuffing. I sat there staring at my plate, trying not to cry. The meal dragged on forever. Every time my grandpa or grandma tried to ask me something, my sister talked over them. Finally, when dessert time came, I braced myself. My sister announced that everyone would be building their own ice cream sundaes, and she brought out the toppings with the same energy some people reserve for unveiling a wedding cake. She asked my husband if he wanted one, and he said, "We're fine, thank you." Then she turned to me and said, "Oh right, you don't like ice cream. Maybe next year we can find something you can tolerate." I just said, "Maybe next year I won't be here," and she smirked like she'd won something. Things started to unravel after dessert. The stepdaughter accidentally dropped her sundae bowl on the floor. It shattered, and she started crying and covering her ears. It was clearly sensory overload, and I felt bad for her. But my sister's reaction was next level. She started yelling that everyone was too loud and that we'd ruined the vibe. My dad tried to calm her down, saying it was okay, they could make another sundae, but she wouldn't stop. She shouted that no one respects her family and everyone's sabotaging stepdaughter's special day. And then she turned on me. "This is your fault," she said. "You've been sulking all day, making everything tense. You always bring your drama everywhere you go." I said, "I've literally said nothing all day." She yelled, "Exactly. The silent treatment, the pity act. You do it every time." My husband told her that was out of line, but she just kept going. "You can't stand it when the attention isn't on you. You're jealous because someone else's birthday matters more than yours for once." My grandparents were sitting there horrified. My grandpa said, "Enough. That's no way to talk to your sister." My sister screamed, "You don't understand. She's been ruining holidays for years." My mom was crying by then. My dad tried to intervene, but my sister was red-faced, shaking, and accusing everyone of ganging up on her. Her fiancé told her to calm down and take a walk. She turned on him and yelled, "Don't you dare side with them." He quietly said, "I'm done. Name. You've gone too far." Then he grabbed his daughter's coat, apologized to my parents, and left with her. That was the breaking point. My sister burst into tears, threw her napkin on the table, and shouted that everyone made her look crazy. Then she stormed out and slammed the door so hard a picture fell off the wall. I was shaking. My mom followed her outside, my dad poured himself a drink, and my grandparents just sat in stunned silence. My grandma finally whispered, "I didn't know she was like that." My grandpa said, "She's been like that. We just didn't want to see it." I helped clean up what I could, hugged my grandparents goodbye, and told them I'd come by soon for a quieter visit. My dad thanked me for not yelling back. He looked tired, older than usual. My mom came back inside eventually, crying, saying my sister had driven off and wouldn't answer her phone. I didn't say much. My husband and I left, and when we got home, he lit candles on a little chocolate cake we'd saved in the fridge. We ate it together in silence. He said, "Happy birthday," and I cried for about 10 minutes straight. The next morning, my mom texted saying, "Please don't post about last night anywhere or tell anyone what happened. Your sister is embarrassed I didn't reply." My dad called later and said my sister's fiancé had taken his daughter home and told my mom he was rethinking the engagement. My sister apparently spent the day texting the family group chat, accusing me of setting her up. No one responded. So, yeah, that was my Thanksgiving. My birthday got erased again, but at least this time everyone finally saw the truth. I don't feel guilty for once. I'm sad it came to this, but I'm also relieved that the mask slipped in front of my grandparents before they're gone. I spent the rest of the weekend with friends and my husband. We had leftovers, watched movies, and I baked another chocolate cake, this one big enough to share. For the first time in years, I celebrated without having to apologize for it. Final update. Hi again everyone. I wasn't sure if I'd post again, but I've gotten so many messages asking how things turned out that I figured it was time for one last update. It's been a little over 3 weeks since the Thanksgiving disaster, and I feel like I've lived a whole year's worth of drama since then. The good news is, things are finally settling, but not without some serious fallout. The night after everything blew up, my phone was flooded with texts from my mom. First, she begged me not to make things worse by telling extended family what happened. Then she switched to guilt-tripping mode, how my sister was having a breakdown and didn't mean it. I didn't respond. The next day, my dad called. He sounded tired, almost defeated. He said my sister's fiancé had officially moved out, taking his daughter with him, and had told my parents he was calling off the engagement. Apparently, after they left dinner, he told my sister he was done walking on eggshells, done with her tantrums, and done watching her alienate everyone. My sister responded by accusing him of abandoning her family, which made no sense because they don't even have kids together. 2 days later, she showed up at my parents' house unannounced, sobbing, demanding they fix things. My dad told her they weren't taking sides, but that she owed me and everyone else an apology. She screamed at him for turning against his own daughter and stormed off again. My mom, predictably, chased after her. It was like watching the same movie play on loop. Meanwhile, my grandparents, who had been shielded from my sister's behavior for years, finally saw enough to stop excusing it. My grandma called me the day after Thanksgiving and said, "Honey, we didn't realize how much you've been dealing with." "We should have," I cried after that call. My grandpa even joked that next year we'll have Thanksgiving at his assisted living place and ban drama at the door. It meant more to me than I can explain. About a week after the holiday, my sister tried to text me. The message was half an apology, half a rant. She said she was sorry things got out of hand, but that I made her look bad in front of her fiancé and grandparents. She ended it with, "You always play the victim. I hope you're happy now that I lost everything I didn't respond. I've realized that replying only keeps the cycle going." Then, something unexpected happened. Her ex-fiancé's daughter sent me a message on Instagram. It was simple. "I liked your hair. I'm sorry my birthday ruined yours. That broke me a little." I told her it wasn't her fault at all, that she didn't do anything wrong, and that adults sometimes make things complicated when they shouldn't. She replied with a heart emoji and said, "Dad says you're nice." I teared up reading that. That poor kid was stuck in the middle of all of this chaos, and none of it was on her. I've learned through my dad that my sister is now in therapy, real therapy this time, not the kind she brags about and ignores. I'm cautiously hopeful, but I'm keeping distance. My mom keeps saying, "She's trying," and I keep saying, "That's great for her." I'm still not ready for once. My dad backed me up. He told my mom, she doesn't have to forgive anyone to move on. I nearly fell off my chair when he said that. Since Thanksgiving, I've started therapy again too. Not because of my sister this time, but to figure out how to rebuild boundaries without guilt. I didn't realize how much her voice had been in my head all these years. I've been conditioned to anticipate her anger, to make myself small to avoid setting her off. My therapist said something that stuck with me. You can't keep peace with someone who needs conflict to feel alive. That hit hard. My parents have been awkward since everything happened. They're trying to keep contact with both of us without taking sides, but I can tell things have shifted. My dad's more vocal now about not catering to her. My mom is still nervous and keeps saying she doesn't want to lose either of her daughters. I told her she already lost us both a long time ago. She just didn't notice because I was too quiet about it. That one landed. She started crying and said she's sorry she always let my sister control everything. I don't think I'd ever heard her say that before. As for me, I'm okay. Better than okay, honestly. My husband and I hosted a small get-together last weekend with a few close friends. We had dinner, played board games, and, you guessed it, I baked a big chocolate cake. When they sang happy birthday, a few weeks late, I almost cried again, but this time from joy. No drama, no rules, no walking on eggshells, just warmth and laughter. It was the birthday I should have had all along. I haven't decided if I'll ever do holidays with my parents again while my sister's involved. I might do a short visit with my grandparents before next year's Thanksgiving, but that's it. My therapist said it's okay to choose peace over family, and I finally believe that. I used to think keeping distance made me the bad guy, but now I see it as protecting myself. The last big development happened this week. My mom called to tell me that my sister's fiancé officially filed to end their lease and move back to his hometown. He's looking into transferring his daughter to a school closer to his family. He apparently told my parents that Thanksgiving was eye-opening and that he felt guilty for ignoring warning signs. My sister has been telling everyone she ended things, but we all know the truth. I don't feel happy about any of it, exactly. More like closure. She's facing the consequences of years of controlling everyone, and no one's jumping in to fix it for her this time. My mom said, "I think she finally realizes she can't keep doing this." I hope so, for her sake. But even if she doesn't, I'm not letting her pull me back in. So that's it. That's the end of this story. The holidays were chaotic, but in a strange way, everything that needed to happen did. The truth came out in front of the right people, and I finally stopped being invisible. I don't know what next year will bring, but one thing's for sure, I'll be having chocolate cake on my birthday, whether anyone else is there or not. Thank you to everyone who encouraged me to stand up for myself. I've spent most of my life shrinking to make other people comfortable, and for the first time, I don't feel small anymore. If anyone reading this is dealing with a narcissistic sibling or a family that erases you to keep the peace, please know you're not crazy for wanting better. You deserve your own cake, your own voice, your own space.